How did our tongues learn to love the heat of a chili? Have you ever stopped to wonder why we humans actively seek out the pain of a good chili? This piece takes us on a delightful, slightly fiery journey through the history of how hot sauce and even spicy sweets captivated our collective palates. It's a story not just of brands and Scoville units, but of cultural evolution and our curious, almost masochistic relationship with flavor. It really gets at the heart of what it means to crave that particular kind of zing. Written by Heather Arndt Anderson in Scroll.in, narrated for Arva.
Repugnant hot sauce names like Dr. Aspern's fire-roasted habanero pepper sauce, Professor Fart Pounder's colon cleaner, and Screaming Sphincter cayenne sauce do little to dissuade critics about what kind of person prefers excess spice. Reaper Squeezins is made with a pepper called Carolina Reaper, created by the self-proclaimed mad scientist Smokin' Ed Curry, while crossing sweet habanero and Naga Viper chilies. That's 1,569,930 shu. This is the world's hottest as of February 2015. Other sauces like Satan's Blood, Liquid Lucifer, or Hell Devil's Revenge warn of the eschatonic fate of those who deign to eat it.
Well, that's an interesting setup for a lot of hot sauces.
Other American sauces followed. Frank's Red Hot, 1920, still the gold standard for saucing buffalo chicken wings. Crystal Hot Sauce, 1923, and Original Louisiana Hot Sauce, 1928, both made in Louisiana and each effective at improving a humble pot of gumbo or plate of grits. And Texas Pete, 1929, which was, despite the moniker, born at a North Carolina barbecue stand. Bottled Mexican taco sauces like Cholula, Valentina's, El Yucateca, and Tapatio, as well as Mexican-style American salsas like Pace and Old El Paso, are a more recent phenomenon, coming into commercial production in the 1950s and 60s, around the same time as Mexican restaurants began opening in parts of the U.S. north of Los Angeles. There are several reasons they came out so late. First, homemade salsa was readily available in every Mexican household, and most Americans couldn't take the heat of more piquant sauces. Second, most Americans didn't have a way to eat salsa. There wasn't a very large market for bottled sauces in the United States until the invention of the burrito and the release of tortillas and corn chips into mainstream American grocery stores. The fast food chain Taco Bell played no small role in cultivating the nation's adoration of hot sauce, particularly once it began selling franchises outside of California in the 1960s. In early Mexican-American restaurants, which were the only place most non-Latino Americans ate Mexican food, one only had to ask for the sauce on one's food. Dinners prepared with hot sauce at request, no extra charge, was a frequent promise on menus. Today, hot sauce has such a profound following that it is now found in a number of places where it perhaps has no business. Frank's Red Hot flavored Pringles crisps and Tapatio flavored Doritos aren't out of the realm of sanity, but Tabasco flavored Jelly Belly jelly beans, hot Japanese chili Kit Kat chocolate bars, Rogue Brewery's Sriracha flavored stout beer, and several brands of novelty drinks illustrate the absurd heights to which enthusiasts will take their passion for peppers. As strange as it may seem today, mixing chilies with sweets or beverages is hardly new. Chilies graced the drinking chocolate that was reserved for the rulers and warriors of the Aztec Empire. Honey, vanilla, and various aromatic spices tempered the heat nicely. Noblewomen who ate separately and for whom cacao was off limits enjoyed a dessert of chia gruel sprinkled with chili instead. Spaniards balked in disgust at the thick and frothy beverage, sputtering that the consistency and crimson color, derived from ground annatto seeds, made the chocolate look like blood. The spicy complexity of the chocolate beverage went completely over European heads, but the Aztecs were onto something. Combining sugar with spice is the pinnacle of refined palates, explained the humorist Gustavo Arellano in Ask a Mexican,
And this notion is exemplified by the wide range of high-end, small-batch, chili-laced chocolates available today. Spicy sweets didn't take hold in the US until centuries later. In the 1930s, the candy company Ferrara Pan introduced the cinnamon-flavored Red Hots and became the first candy maker to connect cassia, cinnamon, flavor to tongue-tingling spice. 20 years later, they introduced atomic fireballs, whose nuclear heat comes from capsaicin. With the help of the pop culture obsession with mushroom clouds, the spicy candy quickly made its way into mainstream American culture. A wave of other spicy cinnamon candies followed. Just Born's Hot Tamales, Brack's Cinnamon Discs, and Sweet's Cinnamon Bears all launched to the glee of baby boomer children. But despite the Scots' preference for strong flavors and a long English history of spice-flavored omfits, pungent cinnamon sweets have never been very popular in the UK. We humans have taken a pungent red berry and enmeshed it into nearly every aspect of our culture. In only a few hundred years, a hummingbird's heartbeat in the scale of human evolution, chilies have come to not just punctuate, but define much of the world's cuisine. The fact that the mammalian body is physiologically designed to feel the pain of chilies is the plant's doing. But the fact that the human mammal comes back for more punishment is our own fault. An appreciation for chilies is not just built into the human body, it's human nature. Excerpted with permission from Chili's A Global History, Heather Unt Anderson, Pan Macmillan.